Hey everyone, I'm Sison, and today we're taking a look at the Sony 24-240mm F3.5-6.3 lens for the Sony E-mount system. Designed for the full-frame shooter in mind, this lens is targeted towards people who want an all-in-one lens for their everyday needs. This can cover anything from your wide-angle landscapes and architecture, all the way to zooming in on something that's far away, such as sports and wildlife. Now today I have it mounted on my Sony a7 II, so stay tuned as I take you through a tour of the lens, as well as what I personally think of it. The lens is primarily constructed of high quality plastics with rubber zoom and focus rings. It has a sleek black finish and accepts 72mm filters. On the exterior, it's a very simple design with no lock switches, but it has a plastic petal type lens hood. The lens weighs approximately 780 grams, so it's going to add a bit of weight to your kit. But handling it with my Sony a7 II, it feels very well balanced. Using the zoom ring is quite stiff to turn, so Sony can be forgiven for not including a lock switch to prevent any zoom creep. However, this isn't the case for the focus ring, where it's very smooth to turn without any resistance. And if you're wondering, it also uses a fly-by-wire system. One of the main features of this lens is of course its 10 times optical zoom. However, with a lens like this, you'd want to have stabilization, and Sony of course have included that with this lens. So if you have just a normal a7 and a crop sensor camera, and not the a7 II which has stabilization built in, this will still come in very handy. The lens is also dust and moisture resistant, so it can withstand different environmental conditions. In terms of autofocusing speed, it is quick and able to lock onto focus at the wide end, but it can tend to hunt when zoomed all the way in. As an all-in-one lens, it won't be the best for low light situations, but what you are getting is the longest Sony lens that Sony currently offers in its E-mount range, which I can't complain too much about. Now to talk about the quality of images you can expect from this lens. First of all, it is extremely sharp in the centers, so I don't think you would be disappointed in that, especially for an all-in-one. It is a bit soft in the edges of the frame, and I did notice quite a bit of vignetting in the corners, but it can easily be corrected in post or in camera. There is distortion at the wide end, but again that could easily be corrected, and while autofocus blur isn't the smoothest, it isn't too distracting to take away focus from your main subject. So as an all-in-one, it does reasonably well, but it's terrible for close-up subjects like food or plants, where the minimum focusing distance is about 50 centimeters. After playing around with the Sony 24-240mm, I found this to be quite a decent lens for an all-in-one. Usually all-in-one lenses trade image quality for convenience, but in this instance, it's certainly not the case. While it may not be Zeiss quality, it does deliver some reasonably sharp images even when zoomed all the way in. There is a bit of distortion at the wide end and focusing is a bit slow at the tele end, but other than that, this is pretty much the only option you have for an all-in-one. And while the size and weight may sway some people from taking a serious look at the lens, I would recommend it for people who don't like changing their lenses all too often, and it can also be used as a casual and travel lens. Now, if you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment below, and if you already own one, let me know what you think of it. And remember to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more Sony lens reviews and tutorials. You can also check out more sample photos on my Facebook page and Instagram by clicking the link below. Until then, happy shooting and thanks for watching.